All right, so Kendrick Lamar dropped a surprise album, and it's crazy. We was at work, and then he dropped it right when we went home, that Friday before break.
Yep.
And I ain't gonna lie, I love it. I love it. I listen to it. And
tough.
I love how short it is, because then you can listen to it. Because dissecting an album, a Kendrick album, is one of the hardest things to me. But I do it. You have to listen to his albums more than once. But this one, you get everything. I got everything.
Tough.
Yes.
Album was hard. It is, people was trying to say that he's trying to show that he's better than Drake, but I think he's trying to show he's better than everybody.
This is
What are y'all talking about?
He got busy on that album.
Kendrick has not been in competition with nobody for a very long time, y'all.
That's right.
What are you talking about?
That album is great.
Yep.
He's the Pulitzer Prize winner. Let's not forget that.
And then Whacked Out Murals, Kendrick addressed Snoop Dogg and Lil Wayne. That's what people was talking about. Yeah, so Snoop actually big up them, K-Dot new album, GNX. Now listen, real quick before we get into the responses. Is it Goodnight X, GNX, or GNX?
GNX.
Because you never know what
GNX is a type of car.
GNX.
It's okay. I don't know. I just know it's nice.
It's a very popular car in LA. It's part of their culture.
Very limited edition. They only made it for 1 year, and I think they made just a couple of hundred. It's like 100, and if you want to buy it now, one just sold this week for like 116,000 on British.
All I ever wanted was a black Grand National.
Wow. Okay, so that's what that Grand National.
It's a limited edition to the Grand National.
Because I know I'm not the only one that had this question. Don't be looking at me like, oh, what?
He had a picture of the car on the cover.
Okay.
No, you're right. I asked that question too. I asked my homies on the West Coast. I said, "What's the significance of the GNX?" And they broke it down.
Because Kendrick is so damn coded, we don't know. So
I asked my man Glasses Malone that last week.
It's a limited edition to the Grand National.
But Lil Wayne reacted and he said, "Man, what the F I do? I just be chilling and he still come for my head. Let's not take kindness for weakness. Let this giant sleep. I beg you all. No one really wants destruction, not even me. But I shall destroy it if disturbed. On me, love." It's crazy.
Now listen, Lil Wayne is a top 5 MC of all time.
Absolutely.
If you're being objective, right, I have to put Lil Wayne in my top 5. He don't want no problems with Kendrick right now. And the reason he don't want no problem with Kendrick right now is because emotionally, mentally, and spiritually, Lil Wayne is not on the level to get at Kendrick. Because Kendrick would break down Lil Wayne's whole life.
Yeah.
In a very therapeutic way.
Yeah. And it's not even, but what he said didn't cause for that reaction to me. That's all he said. My hard work, I guess it let him down. But I do feel like, it was like, I was surprised that Wayne took that approach that he did when he responded about not doing a Super Bowl or whatever like that. So I just don't think it was big enough for him to do that. But, I mean, they're going to beat him. Now, Drake, on the other hand, he filed 2 lawsuits against UMG. And that was the Monday after the album had dropped or whatever, right? So he filed a pre-action doc that's asking to be able to get all in UMG's business because he's going to file a suit, but he needs to know who's against it. Like he's alleging UMG paid for bots, influencers, and podcasters to make noise for to push Not Like Us to make it as big as it was.
Right.
Now on
the same thing UMG has been doing for him his whole career.
Yeah, but
I'm sure.
He said he got evidence of all right, so basically one of the things that stuck out to me is what he said when he said influencers is videos of influencers saying play Drake music, you can say it to Siri play
Certified
Drake music, and then it take them to
That's
Not Like Us.
That's because these things pick up lyrics too. So if you don't know the name of a song and you say keywords, it'll pull up the song. So if you say Certified Lover Boy in that moment during that week, yes, Not Like Us would come up.
Yeah. And then you predicted this 6 months ago on Brilliant Idiots.
One, what is the next move for Drake?
Lawsuit.
No.
Gonna sue. Let me tell you something. Drake is half white.
Exactly.
Okay? Drake mama's side of the family is like, oh no, Aubrey. No. This man is out here calling you a pedophile. Listen,
Aubrey.
there's probably people at Nike. There's probably people at Universal. There's people that got real vested interest in Drake. That is a multi-billion dollar entity.
Yeah.
They like, you gotta protect your name. All that rap Call your cousin. Call your cousin who's the lawyer.
He's not suing.
And then
I did predict that.
You
I
did.
charged for that too, but it don't work when I charge.
Oh my God. Yeah, but he basically feels like, UMG, and he's suing, and he's not suing Kendrick. A lot of people was in the comments, he's suing Kendrick. No, he's suing UMG and Spotify, basically saying y'all let this man call me a pedophile on this song that costed me money.
Well, he's not suing anybody yet. He just filed a petition.
Well, yeah. But it wouldn't be against Kendrick. It would be UMG and Spotify.
Man, please. You know Kendrick was in that house. I ain't shooting Kendrick. I just shot up the house. Knock it off. Okay, what are you talking about? All right, you know what you're doing. It's just showing me that Drake does not understand culture because Not Like Us was a cultural phenomenon. You know, like you can't program a record like that. Like it wouldn't surprise me if one day California made Not Like Us their actual state motto. That's how big that record is.
Yeah,
and it has nothing to do with programming a playlist or paying a radio station.
Yeah, I thought the lawsuit was whack, and the reason I think it was whack is diss records and talking about people in records have been going on since the beginning of hip hop. And not only that, if correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't Drake throw shots at Kendrick that necessarily weren't true too?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he said Kendrick beat his woman. He said that Kendrick's woman's one of their children was Dave Free, his man's child. Mm-hmm. That's who got this. By the way, if anybody wanted to sue for defamation, it could be Kendrick's girl. She got the slam dunk defamation suit because she's a civilian. She's not in hip-hop. She's a civilian. It's hard to prove defamation against public figures, but she's a civilian. Correct. She don't got nothing to do with none of this. And you said she got beat on, and you said that one of her children. It was somebody else's and not Kendrick's? Okay.
I thought that was whack. I think at this point, yes, you take the L, you regroup, and you put out an album, and not the album party. Put out a rap album, and then whatever you feeling in that rap album, you say in them songs.
You should take my advice, Drake, that I told you over the summer. You should take a year off.
Yep. UMG did. UMG spokesperson.
Yes, he does.
Real quick, a spokesperson for UMG, they told us that the suggestion that UMG would do anything to undermine any of its artists is offensive and untrue. We employ the highest ethical practices in our marketing and promotional campaigns. So, yeah.
I just don't understand because he's still selling records. He's still selling tours. He's still one of the biggest artists out there. I just don't understand that move.
He's light skinned. You do understand that.
That ain't light skinned.
Also, yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's beyond light skinned.
No, that ain't.
But also too, Drake is kind of shooting himself in the foot because what about when he puts out his next project and he want them little tricks of the trade that he's giving up? Because there was times when Drake's music would be at the top of the gospel playlist. What the hell is he at the top of the gospel playlist?
What, God's Plan?
No, it wasn't God's plan. It was this video.
That wasn't gospel.
For my dogs at the top of the gospel playlist. Why? Why?
I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? You put a song at radio and immediately Drake's song is everywhere. Like, come on. Like, so what happens when UMG doesn't use those tricks of the trade for his next project?
Seems like he's trying to get off UMG. I just don't think this is the right way to do it.
I don't think he's trying to get off at all.
I think this hurts his. I mean, there's other distribution houses, but I think he wants to get UMG.
2 years ago. That's the other thing. Everybody keep talking about. He's in the middle of negotiation. He just read up like 2 years ago for $400 million.
He is in the middle of renegotiation.
Again?
Now
He
he
just
wants
read up 2 years ago.
They said he gave $600 million now. They said he made that $400 million back. I guess allegedly from touring and album sales, but they're renegotiating allegedly now.
I don't believe that.
That's what they said.
I just think people are making excuses for Drake because they like Drake. Because the same way Drake was sitting on the CN Tower, people be sitting on Drake's penis just like that.
Oh my God.
Oh, Drake got the greatest D-Riders of all time.
Yeah. That's just for the mess. I don't know.
You start with the D-Riding?
Yeah, because I'm trying to think about, okay.
All right.
D-Riding?
All right. Now, when we come back, let's open up the phone lines. 800-585-1051. There was a lady. Do we have audio of the lady, of the woman at all at Thanksgiving? No, they're about to put it in. They're saying it's in. They're pointing at you and saying it's in. Now, this lady got a pause.
God damn.
Yeah. Pretty much. So this lady over Thanksgiving got mad at her family because she said last year Thanksgiving was very expensive. It cost her over $500. So this year when family members came, she had spaghetti.
Okay.
You got the audio?
We're going to do spaghetti for Thanksgiving. It's a lot easier.
You try to keep up with the tradition of Thanksgiving, but the way groceries are, unless you're doing a potluck, if you put it just on one person, it breaks the bank. Instead of spending close to $500, I figured I'm going to keep it simple.
You spent almost $500 last year?
Yes, it was egregious. It hurt, to say the least. And then to turn around knowing that rent was due the next week. For me doing that beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, yam, lamb, ram, ham, hog, I'm not doing it. I ain't got the funds. You feel like you're taking the holidays away from your kids or your family. I'm just happy that we get to experience it, even if it's not, the mashed potatoes and green bean casserole type of situation.
Damn. I mean, I get it. I get it. I mean,
the family was mad. The people were talking in the comments. They were upset. They was like, that's kind of whack. But
Bring me some money. Bring me some food or something then.
But I thought Thanksgiving was about family.
It is.
Family coming together. Whatever you could provide on your table, that's all that matters.
If that's what she could afford.
If it was just spaghetti, it was just spaghetti. If it was just bread, it's just bread. But at the end of the day, you want your family together. The fact that you got your parents, your grandparents, your cousins, your brothers, your sisters. I think that's what it is.
It's more so about being thankful.
But let's open up the phone lines. What's your thoughts? 800-585-1051. You go to Thanksgiving for your family member. When you get there, they got spaghetti. How you feeling out there? Let's discuss. Let's talk. 800-585-1051. How would you feel if you showed up and they were serving spaghetti? Let's talk. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.
Wake that ass up early in the morning. The Breakfast Club.